Hi, I'm Tim. This is Willow's Way Farm. It's that time of year. We're grinding some apples and we're going to make some apple cider for you today. So my buddy Scott's giving us a hand. He wants a few jars, so I told him he had to help if he wanted anything. So it's working. But we got the grinder going. We have enough apples cut up. We picked the apple trees down the other day. Now we don't use spray or anything on our apples, so that makes it kind of nice. Pretty much organic. We got a variety of apples here. We got some Granny Smiths and some Yellow Delicious, and I'm not all sure what trees they came off of, so, but I think a mixture of apples makes a lot better cider. And what we do with the cider is we can it up in 2-quart jars, and you know, 2-quart jars, that makes a gallon, so lasts all year long. Tastes just like fresh. It's pretty good stuff. And this is only our second year making apple cider from scratch, from home. Main reason is this: we bought that last year off the marketplace. It's brand new in the box, and we never had. I had an old antique grinder, but kind of was one of those things that I never got going. I never messed with, and had a little rust on it and stuff. This is all cast iron and stainless steel, so it's pretty nice little grinder. That's probably actually for making wine or whatever, but I'll show you our fruit press here in a little bit. You can hook a motor to this, like a 1/4 horse or a 1/3 horse motor, but I haven't done it. It's not that hard to do this, and for, you know, I think we have enough jars for probably close to 20 gallons of cider, which we probably won't make that quite that much, but see, 20 gallons, that'd be 40 jars. That is a lot of cider. But for something that's all natural, and for the most part chemical free, I don't know if you do much better than that. So this is our old antique press. I got this. I don't know if I told you the story about our one chicken plucker, but went down to Chicago. I found a chicken plucker that I specifically wanted, and we went to Chicago to go get it. And it was about, probably a 5 or 6 hour drive down there. We got down there and picked it up, and the lady asked if we knew anybody that wanted a fruit press. So I said, well, I'd like to look at it. So we went and looked at it, and this is what it was. Cast iron base. It's kind of a cool rig. So I didn't remember that taking 20 gallons of apples, but it sure does, doesn't it? I have to grind some more apples. So that's that. Nope, get out of here. Go on. Go in the house. Go in there. Get in there. Oh. So okay. There it is. And this is back when they made things cool. Okay, let me see if I can remember how to do it. That looks more like it right there. You can see the juice running right out of it already. Oh, Doc Meyer. He was my dentist when I was a kid. He would, while he was working on you or examining you or whatever, he'd start whistling. And he'd do that through the entire examination. Yeah, he's kind of a cool old guy. I didn't necessarily like dentists back then. I still don't like dentists now, but yeah, he's a pickle fork. Okay. There was some metal wedges right there. They are. Oh, wrong way. I'm doing something wrong here. run for a second. This guy just said this is better than fresh out of the store if you didn't hear him. But that's old Garfield cups. I don't know. We've had them probably 30 years. Yeah, Garfield and Odie. But yep, you don't buy that. You don't buy that from the grocery store. Wow. Now we're going to crack open a jar we've had since last year. We'll let Scott try that and see if he can tell the difference. What do you think of this old press?
It's working on it, just for sure. Can't beat it. It works better than anything I've done before. That still works better than probably the better flush out of it too.
I like that stuff. Yep. I slide that one right out from underneath there. Put it right up on the table. So this is last year's that we canned up. So this is what we've been drinking. I think it is as good as fresh, but Scott will tell me in just a second. Pretty close, isn't it?
It depends on what apples in it, what flavor you get.
Yeah, we have
I'll
different
taste
apples
it.
in this year.
I'll taste it. Good stuff.
So I have to make hard cider this year. Well, we got one press down. We got about 20 gallons of apples pressed out. They're a drier apple this year. I'm not sure. Well, it's been awful dry here the last month and a half, so not exactly sure why. But what we're doing now is we're going to make some apple cider vinegar out of this cake. It's something we haven't done before, but we're gonna give it a shot and make a I just hate to waste. I hate to waste all this. So yeah, I'm gonna make a little bit of apple cider vinegar, and there is uses for it, for the animals and that kind of stuff. And they say it's good for you. So we're gonna find out. There's that. I'm gonna go get the wheelbarrow and or 5-gallon buckets. Probably wheelbarrow. So we'll just keep going and show you a little bit here and there as we keep pressing. Well, we're getting cleaned up. These right here are for the apple cider vinegar. A little bit of water, a little bit of sugar in there. Let it set for a few months, and you got vinegar. This over here, those are 1-quart jars. Those are actually Scott's. Those are apple cider. This over here is hot salsa that we did the other day, but yeah, that's the apple cider that we can up. So Cheryl has to preheat it before it goes in the canner, and right there's one of the canners we use. Well, it doesn't work for 2-quart jars. You can see the difference. Oh, let me see if I can't do this. Okay, so the one on the right, this one right here is a 2-quart versus a 1-quart. It's bigger around, it's taller, but you have to have a big canner for that. And that's what we put our stuff in, is the 2-quart jars. Scott didn't have 2-quart jars, so we put it in 1-quart jars for him. So, but we got the press cleaned up and the grinder cleaned up and that kind of stuff, so we're in pretty good shape now. So apple cider night was a success. I don't know how much we got yet. We haven't canned it all up, but we have more to do. And yeah, we were supposed to do it tomorrow, but I just have too many other things to do, so we did it this evening instead. It was a beautiful fall day today. Yeah. So I hope you guys enjoyed. I mean, honestly, this is one of my favorite things. I like to press apple cider. I think it's one of those things that is the key to happiness. It's the simple things. It's the little things. You don't have to do. It doesn't have to be a dozen cows in the pasture. It doesn't have to be an acre garden. It can be just the little things, the everyday things that, and this just doing this makes me happy, and I like doing it. It builds memories. Like Scott's never done it before. Before last year, Wyatt had never done it. Well, of course I hadn't done it, or Cheryl, and it was a lot of fun last year, and I enjoyed it this year. And I think it's going to be an annual thing where it's kind of nice. We can eat or drink cider year round, and we don't have to worry about spending high dollars on or where it came from. If you buy local, you're in better shape, I believe. You know, if you make it yourself, you're that much farther ahead too. Like the grinder we bought, that was it can be affordable. The grinder, we found that on Marketplace for $35, and I had to drive all the way to Holland, and it's a nice grinder. The fruit press, Well, there's a story behind that. I was looking for a specific plucker, and I found one of the old style drum pluckers in Chicago. So what do? I take off at about 5 in the morning. I drive to Chicago, get down there, and talk to this older lady that has this drum plucker for sale. So I buy the drum plucker for about $75. And she asked me, she's like, well, do you know anybody that needs a press? I already had one, older one that I had made redone for Cheryl for Mother's Day one year, but we never used it because we didn't have the grinder, and I'm too cheap, I guess, to maybe buy a brand new one, especially the quality one we got. So I said, well, I live all the way up in Michigan. I don't know, I'm 5 hours away. If I knew anybody that needed one, I don't know if they'd come this far to get it. She's like, well, I just wanted to check and make sure that, if you knew anybody that's looking for one right now. I'm just on a whim. I'm like, well, what do you want for it? And she said, well, if you'll give me $100 for it, you can take it home. And I said, I wish I could. I said, I've only got about $100 on me after buying the drum plucker. And I said, I kind of want a little, I've got enough fuel to get back home, but I'd like to be able to stop and get dinner. Would you take $75 for it? And she says, yep, if that's what you have to spend. I said, that's all I've got to spend. I'd like to be able to at least have a few dollars to go home with. So yeah, she sold me that press for $75. I spent $150 on a drum plucker and a cool old fruit press, and I think it was worth every penny. It's brought me enough happiness that I'm good with that. So and like I say, I think it's going to be an annual thing. I think every year we have apple trees out front, pear trees. I bought peach trees I've got to get in the ground yet this year. So we have a little small orchard, I guess, maybe you'd want to call it, of 15, 18 trees. And I bought them to do this kind of stuff, or I put them in to do this kind of stuff. So yeah, we'll continue to do it. So it's not hard, and the canning's a little bit trickier if you've never canned, but it's not a hard thing. So you might want to, if you like the thoughts of it, I would say start small. And you can find a small grinder and a small fruit press on auction sales or yard sales or whatever. Look around, start collecting a few pieces and parts, and yeah, make some cider, have some fun. So if you like this and you enjoyed it, hit the like button, give me a comment, subscribe to my channel. It's just encouragement for me to keep doing these. I'm not frustrated, but it's always fun to read comments. It's always kind of cool to see new subscribers. So yeah, humor me a little bit. All right, you folks have a great weekend. We'll talk soon.